doubt. And I'm bad like the Barbie. I'm in doubt, but I still wanna party. Pink felt like I'm ready to bend.
Yeah, okay, we gotta change the pegs. My foot just slid off the peg there. Before it gets dark. Today, you know, I've avoided riding her bike because I really want her to ride it, but we're gonna go and run some trails with her bike and see how it does and see what breaks, because my experience with the other two bikes is one good ride and something is going to break or loosen or fall off. So, and nothing of which has happened to this bike yet, but I've only ran it for a total of about 10 minutes since I built it, besides, you know, warming up the engine and doing the heat cycles because it's a new engine. It's got fancy, you know, bolt caps all over that I'm sure are going to rattle off and fall off at some point, but right now it looks beautiful. So without further ado, let's get into it. And this is the only bike I know that has a full tank of gas. Damn, cold start and she fires right up. It is a nice whopping 47 degrees today, so someone asshole broke a bottle there. My foot got caught in the pegs. These are real spiky pegs. Let's make sure we're safe to cross the street. We are on the brightest bike possible, easily spottable. Not good if you're trying to avoid police, but they don't typically go on the trail system. Woo! There's its first taste of mud right there. And this exhaust isn't going to overpower the microphone like the FMF exhaust does. Can you suck up your pride and ride a girly pink and blue pit bike? Be a man about it? Although I cannot stand up on these pegs because this bike still has the cheap foot peg bracket, which if I stand on it will straight up just bend. So we are just resting our feet on this today, which is okay for the most part. So far this gear set, oh, there's some vibrations. That'll rattle some bolts loose. I'm not sure what I Loctited and what I didn't. So, you know, after this ride, I'm sure I'll be able to go through and see what came loose and what didn't. It seems the shifters, the kickstart, and those are the main components that I like to loosen up so far. So, if they do come loose, I'll just pull them out, put some Loctite on, and be alright. I wanted to go down the side path, damn it. I don't want to go through the mud. I tried to get my girlfriend up, but she just does not want to come out of bed today, so I really want to get her out on these trails and go riding with me. Like, I want us to do that like as a couple thing, but it seems to be very difficult sometimes. I need second gear. There we go. There we go. Second gear seems to be okay by me. Oh, I wanted to go up that other path. Oh well. See, this one's a little overgrown right here. I'm thinking maybe I'd bring something with me one of these days and clean that up, because I can feel it plinking the what do you call it? The skid plate. Yeah, there we go. Now this bike is pretty fun, I'm not gonna lie. And it's got an actual rear shock that'll support my weight, and unlike the 70, which keeps blowing out rear shocks left and right, it doesn't help that I can't find one in the correct size with the correct weighted spring. That seems to be very elusive. I'm gonna go try it with the 240 millimeter spring, and if that doesn't work for some reason, then if that doesn't work for some reason, then I will be buying a new swing arm for it and just getting it over with. Ugh. At least this bike has handguards. Although, you know, probably the cheapest ones you could find on Temu, which I wouldn't count on saving your hand at all. Half these parts are from Temu, half of them are from Amazon, so you never know what you're going to get exactly. The rear brake seems to be somewhat decent on this. Yeah, we really need to bring the chainsaw out here, I think, at some point. Oh, can I get underneath this even? Oh yeah, there we go. Just these my tracks, or are these the fresh four-wheeler tracks? It's hard to tell. Ah! Ah! Clearly my tracks over here. And I think the chain is catching a little bit here and there, binding up. I did buy a cheap chain just because it was colored, and I was going for a colorful theme. Not very good for performance, but I mean, as you can see, we're moving, so it must not be too terrible. It's properly tensioned, at least. This right over here is probably my favorite part of the trails to putz around on. These foot pegs are just so grippy, like my feet just want to stick right to them. boom, boom. Let's see if I can see if I'm gonna break my girlfriend's pit bike before she even really rides it. She did a half a lap around my mom's house out in the country with this bike, and that's about as far as she rode it. I don't know, I kind of like this gear setup right now for trail riding. I got a lot of power on demand, and I kind of like that. You just crack the throttle, whoop, whoop, whoop. And mind you, we're in like second gear, and we're just fucking crack the throttle, and we got like instant power. You know, I'm kind of liking it. Oh, maybe that was third gear. Alright, now we're in second. Woohoo! Yeah, this is a lot of fun. I think I'm liking her bike more than I like my bikes. This reminds me a little bit more of the 70 because it sits lower than my 140. Yeah, this bike's a lot of fun. I like this bike. I don't give a shit if it's pink. Pink, purple, and blue. All the colors she wanted. I asked her, and she said she wanted the most colorful bike. And I was like, I got you. Your wish is my command. Can we get over to the other trail? Yeah, I think we can. So this also has a flat slide carburetor. I wouldn't say it's as quality as a Nibby. It's a rainbow colored carburetor, but it seems to be performing just absolutely fine. No issues here whatsoever for having a rainbow carburetor. Now we want to go. Oh, slipped out of gear. And that's another thing I noticed. This bike hasn't really slipped out of gear like all the other, the 70 and the 140. This one seems to be holding its gear ratio pretty damn good. Here's what I wanted. Oh wait, maybe not. This has got quite the big hill over here. Can we get up of it? I don't know. Whoopsies. Oh, I don't know if we're going to get up it now. And we're not actually dirtying the bike too bad. I'm surprised it's not that's not more muddy. Although, can't start these engines unless they're neutral, which is fine. I don't know if the idle's set right either. Oh yeah, like a champion. That's all the first gear you get though. Now we're already in third gear. Fourth gear, let's go. You know, I was thinking about bringing people out here, and I might have to mark those holes right there because the big dirt bikes will go right over them, but I'm afraid, I'm pretty sure that it'll catch one of these tires and send you right over the bars. Now, I did find a little hidden spot, a hidden trail, and it's been a minute since I showed you guys a new trail, so I think we should head over there. I think we should. Now, I did notice a game camera, a wildlife camera, by his hunting stand. Oh. By a camera over there. So we will stay away from that portion of the trail. Now, with our messed up gear ratio, this is about as fast as we go. Hitting the rev limiter there. Now, where did I find this trail? Off the side of the railroad track, of course. I don't know what that sign says. I am illiterate. It's actually right, it ends right there. But we're going to go down to the entrance of it. There's still quite a lot of rock left over from the railroad tracks, but it's pretty well padded, marked down now. This rear shock is absolutely perfect for my weight. I can feel it bouncing and adjusting. The forks seem to be just fine too, so I don't even think I've bottomed these forks out yet. Oh, here we are. Now, I would have never known that this was back here. So I'm wondering who put this trail back here? Look at it, it's pretty fun. This is a nice little trail right here. I didn't have a camera the first time I found it. There's a bunch of trash dumped there, but I don't know whose that is. And this is where the trail becomes less traveled. Oh, this was easier to run down on my 250. Less intimidating. Whoop, 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 whoop. Coming through. Beep, beep. Looks like only deer have been using this trail. We'll go back this way. I keep trying to grab another gear and I'm like, there's nothing else left. We'll go check out these little side trails over here. Oh, here we are. As you can see, they have been busy over here, which is nice because if you remember, if you have been following me for a minute, last summer this was pretty overgrown right here when I would be romping down. Oh, watch out for those nails right there. You definitely don't want to fall on them. Definitely looks like swamp territory right there. But I'm curious if there's any trails up in there, because I don't think I've been over there. I don't think there would be though. But I do know there's some little side trails over here. Like right here. The one time that my 250 lost its chain fell off over here, that was not good. As you can tell, these aren't really well traveled paths. Excuse me, pardon me, coming through. Whee! Now, it is a nice day. It's a little after 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't know if anybody's going to be out here. I hope not. Our little stomping grounds out here. Bouncing on that rear spring now. Holy shit. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. Woo, woo. Woo. I wonder how this bike's going to be when I throw a 15-tooth front sprocket on it. I'm thinking about leaving the 48-tooth on there, on the rear, and just throwing the 15 on the front. See how that does. Oh, hey, easy there. No jumping. We don't got no foot peg bracket that'll hold us for a jump. Oh. I am surprised with the suspension on this thing. It is handling my weight absolutely just fine. Which is phenomenal. We'll go right. We'll take the right way. No, I don't want to go in the rut. Ugh. Now, some people say I'm too hard on these bikes. Now, does it look like I'm going real hard on these things to you? We're just putzing around on trails, you know, we're not even giving her that much. This bike seems to be idling a lot better than other ones, though. But I tell you what, when it comes to carburetors for these Chinese pit bikes, anything except the stock carburetor is better. Which I'm sure even the stock carburetor's somewhat okay. Go back to our trail here. And let's try and wrap this video up a little bit. I'm not trying to make it too long, just wanted to get out for a little rip ski on my girlfriend's pit bike, just to see how it'd be. I can't wait. I got a new carburetor for her KX80 as well, and the carburetor boot. Hopefully eliminate any air leaks, and things should be a lot better. I just want that bike to run the way it's supposed to. It feels like it should have lots of power when it does run. You can only give it a crack of the throttle and let it work itself up. If you try to give it full throttle, it just bogs out and does nothing. I kind of wanted to go down that path. Yeah, see this hole right here? I'm pretty sure that'll catch a pit bike tire real easy. Which, you know, at the time I first noticed it, I didn't have no pit bikes, so I didn't really think twice about it. We're gonna go this way. Whee! Alright, that might have been a bit muddy. I kind of want to go get my chainsaw and come back out here and start cutting shit up. Do a little trail maintenance for whoever owns this land. Hey, that'll be a good project to do this weekend, I think. Oh boy, oh boy. Oop. Oh my god, I actually got this one in neutral while the engine was running. Alright, now we got a little mud on there. Now, how much slack does this chain have on it when I'm on it? A bit too much, I think. A little too much slack for my liking. But it is performing absolutely perfect. Look at it, it idles. Why is this the only bike that idles? As you can see in here, if you get a close look, it's a little loose, but it seems to work just fine. Oh, almost killed it. We got this cable backed all the way out. But, you know, that's what happens when you use random clutch cables that you find on Amazon and Temu and now it does seem that the stock clutch cables for these bikes are the best. Who's that guy? I don't see nothing to stop me. That's going to wrap it up for today's video, everybody. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.